So, hi everyone. Today we want to explain a simple topic, and I'm sure this topic is going to help you, many of you. This is actually the topic is about something about integration types, and I'm sure many of you are aware. Those have gone through my previous sessions, and I'm sure you are well aware about this. Integration types from Employee Central. So today I want to just give you an idea about success factors integration types. Okay, so actually what happens, right, when you work in success factors, you mostly know that there are two types of integrations we have in success factors. One is internal integrations. The second one is external integrations. So internal integrations means integrating Employee Central with other success factors products. So which means how are you going to integrate your Employee Central system with other success factors products? So that will come under this criteria comes under the internal integrations. And I'll tell you which tool we have to use for the internal integrations. What about the external integrations? External integrations means integrating Employee Central with the external systems. It can be any third-party system, or it can be even within with our SAP ERP system also. But today I just want to explain about internal integrations. So that means internal integrations means how can you exchange the data from Employee Central to the other success factors products. So here if you see this a simple screenshot, you can see that in front of you, and you can see these are all different products we have in success factors, and we call them as a talent solutions. And you can see here Employee Central, this we consider it as a core HR system. Now Employee Central is a place that where you are going to maintain the record of the employees. But now you should exchange the data. For example, you are implementing performance management, or maybe you are implementing a recruitment management, or even including variable pay and compensation as well. So now if you want to enable that, you want to share the data between two systems. So here, how do we do these particular functionalities where we are calling it as internal integrations with the help of the HRIS sync? So we call it as a human resources information system sync, or in other words, we can call it as a HRIS sync. So with the help of this HRIS sync, so what you can do, you can exchange the data, you can synchronize the data from your Employee Central to your any of the talent solutions. But where do you configure? For example, in this today's this small topic that I want to explain, how do you integrate Employee Central with the employee profile? Okay, so let us try to understand. Okay, for example, you see that there are two examples that you have here. This is your Employee Central system, and this is your employee profile, or you call it as a live profile, or some call it as a talent profile, or you call it as a um, anything like employee profile, whatever it is, people profile. You're not calling it as a people profile is not the right choice. You either call it as a employee profile, or live profile, or talent profile. Why we call it as a live profile? Because you know in the employee profile, the data is automatically updated as a live data. How it is possible? It is simply because of the HRIS sync. This HRIS sync helps you to exchange the data as a unidirectional, which means one way. So as soon as you update your Employee Central data, let us say while you are adding a new employee, maybe you are hiring a new employee. So let us say you are entering first name, last name, date of birth, gender, let us say company, department, division, you take any example. So these fields are located in different portlets in employee central system, or we call it as a person object, employment objects. And see, let us say personal information. In the personal information portlet of the employee profile, you have something called first name. Now I want the first name should be automatically updated in the employee profile. How do you do it? It is simply because of the HRIS sync. Where do you configure it? It is in the succession data model. Or as for the current versions, you can directly do it even from the manage business configuration as well. So here, let us say I wanted to, here uh, in the succession data model, you configure this employee central in the succession data model HRIS element section of the succession data model. The employee profile, you configure it through standard element section of the succession data model. So what you will do with the help of this HRIS sync, you are going to map employee central fields, employee profile fields. So now you have here in employee central, let us say first name. In employee profile, you have a first name. And in employee central, you take anywhere. Let us say it employee, the first name is there in the personal information portlet. And again, the name of the portlet is also very important. Maybe let us say department. Where is the department is located in employee files? In the job information. So now I want that department should be also updated on the employee profile. So what to do now? So you have to go to the succession data model, go to the HRIS element, the job info, go and find out the department field, take that external code or system ID field, and take this standard element field from the succession data model of the employee profile fields. Take those fields and then go to the HRIS sync in the succession data model and map it. So through which, that is why what happens, right? As soon as the data that is updated in the employee central, automatically the data also updates as a live data or as up-to-date data to the employee profile. So we call it as a HRIS sync. HRIS sync is like it helps you to exchange the data from employee central to employee profile as a unidirectional. So this is how do you do it? It is simply because of the internal integration, which is HRIS sync. So I cannot open and show you. It's just only to give you an idea that how this concept works. I'm giving you a complete idea. Maybe the only thing is lacking here is I'm not showing in XML, but you can do it through XML, or you can also do it from as for the current versions, you can directly go and do it through manage business configuration from admin center. And through which what happens from the employee profile, you can also call it as a mini configuration of the employee central system. Employees and employee profile, you can also call it as like that. So from employee profile, what happens? Suppose if you are going to implement a performance management, recruitment management, compensation, variable pay, goal management. So what happens? So from employee profile, the data also can be exchanged. The data also can be internally integrated within the SuccessFactors system to any of the talent solutions, again with the help of the HRIS sync. Similar format, similar way that whatever you have done from employee central to employee profile, so from employee profile to the talent solutions, you'll be also doing it again with the help of the internal integrations, and which we call it as a HRIS sync. So how it is going to work actually? So that means you are there in a performance management. So that means you as an employee, so you should, when you launch your performance life cycle, so you should be able to access the employee data sitting in a performance management. But where is the employee data is coming from? From the employee profile. How did this employee profile data has come from? It has come from the employee central system. How it happened? With the help of the HRIS sync. So, but remember, once you have done a configuration, let us say you have done your employee central to employee profile, the HRIS sync has been configured in the corresponding data model. We call it as a succession data model. right? So once I've done it, but here I want to tell you two examples. By standard, in the HRIS sync mapping in the succession data model, you have already a pre-configured mapping from HRIS element to the standard element fields. If in case if you want to configure, let us say custom mapping, so you can do it. Suppose if you want to configure hard coded mapping, so which means you want to you want to map it. Usually how the mapping will be: first name to first name, last name to last name. Maybe let us say you want to do it like a hard coded mapping from employee central to employee profile. Let us say like this: maybe department to the business unit, or business unit to the division. You see that it is not matching, right? So these kind of mappings are also possible, but once the mapping is done, again you have to go to the provisioning, and there is a single and final step that you have to do, is that we call it as a HRIS sync job. There is some kind of background job that you have to configure in the provisioning. But when you configure your background job, or we can call it as a sync job, but usually sync job, the background jobs that usually runs based on the time zone of the data centers that your customer system is actually located. So that's one of the important thing that you should remember, right? So I hope you all got the idea about what exactly the internal integration means, which we call it as a HRIS sync. And so hope you all got it, what exactly how exactly you can integrate employee central 2 with success factors products with the help of the HRIS sync. And finally we call it as a internal integrations, right? Thank you so much, and hope we'll see next time with the external integrations from employee central to the external systems. Okay, thank you so much. Bye everyone, see you next time.